Alright everyone, so in this lesson, I'm going to be taking you through the Flex Posture store design to show you how I like to design one product stores. So as you can see, the store is very simple looking. This is debut theme and it's just customized a little bit, and it looks very clean. And so first off, when you're looking at your store's design, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that the vast majority of people are going to be on mobile. And so to preview your store on mobile, you can either just go on your phone or you can do this trick where you right click and then inspect. And then you can select right here, you can select a mobile device. And so that's what the store is going to look like on mobile. And so as you can see, super simple store. One thing that I like doing is I like having a consistent color scheme for my stores. And so in the case of Flex Posture, I chose this blue color as the main color for the store. And so you'll see that that color is everywhere. It's the header banner, the little icons, the buttons, the logo. And so it really makes everything match, and I think that it helps to make it look clean. And so this is the home page. Now the home page is not that important. Most people aren't going to visit your home page since you're going to be pushing traffic directly to the product page. However, you do want to have a nice home page in place in case people do visit. You don't want them to to get thrown off by a missing home page, an incomplete home page. So this is what I like to do for my home page. I'll just have an image section with text and then a button that leads to the store. And then I have some bestsellers here, super simple. And then I don't have that many because I want to narrow down the selection, and I really want them to just pick this product essentially because this is the main product for the store. Now I have a few testimonials here. Once again, super simple. This is the default block by the debut theme, so you can just add this right onto your theme. And then right here I have an Instagram feed. And so this is the app called InstaFeed. Right here, it's the app called InstaFeed, and I like having this because it adds social proof and it looks nice. It tells your people that come on your website, it tells them that you have a social media presence if they didn't already know that, and it reinforces trust to a certain extent, and also it can help get more followers. Now let's take a look at the product page. So, let's look at the shop page first. The shop page is, once again, just a default shop page. And then this is the main product page. So let's take a look. So yeah, super simple. The first thing you see when you land on the product page is this banner right here, 50% off regular prices today. And then there's just some product images here. So again, simple. Now here we have the star review. So this is from the app Looks Reviews. And then the sale price. And then I like to have this little text here that says free worldwide shipping, just to let them know that there's free worldwide shipping. And this is the app called Ultimate Sales Boost. Ultimate Sales Boost. And they have an option for a free shipping message, and that's the only thing I have turned on with Ultimate Sales Boost right now, but I like having this little message here. I think it looks neat. Now, just typical variant select. So as you can see, the variants should be properly matched. That's also very important. If I switch to the color, it properly updates. Now I have a trust badge. This trust badge is not necessary, and I don't use trust badges on my new stores, and I probably would remove it if I were to try to scale this store again. Trust badges aren't necessary if you have good enough branding, and if your website looks clean, and you have an active social media page where you respond to customers all the time. You really don't need to have trust badges. Customers will trust you already, and that's the whole goal. Your goal should be to make your brand presence seem trustworthy enough that your customers don't need trust badges to feel safe. And so that's the goal. Now here I have quantity breaks, and so I'm going to be talking about this a little bit more in a future lesson about upsells and optimizing your average order value. But this is the best pre-purchase upsell that worked for the store, and so that's why I have this here. I changed the heading text to buy more, pay less. And one thing that I want to show you actually is if we go to the app, so that's the app discounted pricing. By default, it doesn't look like this, and so the way that I like to do it is I'll go to the offer, and I'll just have an H4. So I'll put a header 4 tag, an HTML tag for header 4, just to make it look like this. So it's a little bit bolded and that it's the same size as the rest of the text. So I think it looks nice when you have a header 4 tag for the title for discounted pricing if you end up using that. Now, the product description is very simple. This is a product description that I actually I took it from Amazon and then I modified it, and that's how I like to do it for product descriptions. Usually, there's really no need to reinvent the wheel, and so I like to go on Amazon and find a really good product description, and then I'll spin it a bit. So I'll change it, I'll change things around, I'll change some words, I'll make it more unique to my store, and so that's exactly what I did. So like if I go to Amazon, you'll see that. If I go to Amazon, you'll see that if you type in posture corrector, this one right here, you'll see that it's a very, very similar product description, right? Improve posture, reduce back pain, strong yet comfortable. Improve posture, reduce back pain, maximum comfort. And then the last 2 points are different, I think. Importance of good posture, FlexGuard support. I changed that to invisible for both men and women. And then I also changed the text here. And then one more thing that I did is I added this little sales paragraph here. Stand a little taller and with confidence wearing this posture corrective therapy back brace. Supporting all the right areas to align your neck and spine, this brace helps train your posture to maintain its upright position. And so, as you can see, it's really not a fancy product description. It just highlights the benefits and it makes it very clear what the product is. Now, you really don't need to have a crazy product description as long as you're just highlighting the benefits. The more intense you go with your product description, with a bunch of images, with a bunch of different, like crazy infographics to sell your product, that's when it starts looking a bit spammy, right? If you look at really big brands or even just Amazon, like Amazon descriptions are really simple, and Amazon's a great example of what a product description should look like. And so that's how I like to that's how I like to write the product descriptions, very simple. Now, I like to have images, at least one image in the product description, because once they read this whole description of text, it kind of eases the eyes to have an image here and to remind them, what the product looks like. And then here I have a size chart. Very important if you're selling a product like a posture corrector that has different sizes. You need to make sure that, they're going to pick the right size. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of returns. And so I wrote here, please review the sizing chart. Now, another thing you'll notice is this add to cart bar. So when I scroll past this, I get this add to cart bar. Now, this is from the app Add to Cart and Checkout Booster Pro. And I really like this app. When people start scrolling down, let's say they scroll down all the way to here, and then they're like, okay, now this review makes them want to buy the product. Instead of having to scroll all the way back up, they can just add to cart right from here. And so I think it's a great app, and it definitely helps increase the add to cart rate. Now I have all these reviews here, and this is from the app Looks Reviews. And so a lot of these I imported from AliExpress, but I didn't just straight import from AliExpress, because if you do that, you're not going to get the best review text. The review text from AliExpress is usually like a great seller, or like it only took 2 weeks to Russia or something like that. I mean, they're really not great in-depth reviews. And so what you can do is you can actually just take the images from AliExpress and then go to Looks Reviews. And then you can go to Import Reviews. And then you can download this import template right here. And then with this import template, you can actually add on your own reviews. And so product handle here, and then the rating, the author, the email, the body of the text, and then this is where you can write your own reviews, and then created, so the date, and then a photo URL. So you can upload photos to your website and then put the URL here, and then you can import this review template back to your website. And so that's what I did. And the result is that, you have these nice, clean looking reviews that, really help convert visitors and that really convince them to buy. Now, one thing that I would do differently, and that I do differently on my new stores, is that I don't only add 5-star reviews, because that's unrealistic, and some people are gonna be suspicious about that. They're gonna be, how come there's no bad reviews? They must be deleting all the bad reviews. And so you want to keep that in mind. You should have at least a few 3-star reviews, a few 4-star reviews. If you only have 5-star reviews like this one, it does look a little suspect. And this one's 4-star review. That's like the only 4-star review, I think. Let's see. I mean, there's a few other 4 stars like this one, but realistically, there should be a lot more 4-star reviews, and there should also be There should also be 3-star reviews, and that will really help increase trust. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but if you do have lower reviews, it does help increase trust because they know that it's more likely to be real reviews. Now, another thing, I'll have a currency converter here, super standard. This is the app Bold Multi-Currency, and I like using this app. I think it's a great looking currency converter. It's super simple and it has geolocation, so it works great. Now, another thing you'll notice is that I have this Recart app too, and this is just so they can message me. They can message any questions to our customer service on Facebook, and this is just a nice little touch. I think it also helps build trust. To have a direct line of contact with the store to ask them questions. Now, the problem with this is that you need to have people who reply fast, and so my customer support, replies in about 24 hours. So this wasn't ideal. People would send a message and then they would have to wait a long time to get a response. So not the most ideal thing, but it still helps to have, it shows them that you're there, you're accessible, and if they have problems, they can reach you with Messenger, with email, whatever. And so that's the general product page layout. Now let's take a look at the checkout. So this is when we get to the checkout. Now right here we have, we have upsell offers from the discounted pricing app, and it's saying checkout within 15 minutes so we don't run out of stock. So checkout. And then when we get to the checkout, there is this little this checkout timer, and this is a little trick that you can do with Shopify checkout, and I talk about this on my YouTube channel already. So I have a video called Shopify Checkout Hack. It's super easy to set this up. However, once again, this is something that I don't do on my new stores because I think that too many people are doing it and it's starting to look a little bit spammy, and so I don't do this anymore either. And I think that Shopify is putting out an update where this trick won't work anymore. You won't be able to add this script to your store. And so this is a nice touch, but it's really not necessary. And so that's it. That's pretty much it for the store design. It's a really simple design. The hardest part about this whole design is really the logo, right? The logo is what puts it all together. And I think this is a really nice logo, the little spine right here. And so you do want to have a nice logo, and the store does not need to be complicated. This is a really simple looking store, and it works. It converts decently. So just to show you that, the average conversion rate over the whole 2018 year was 4.02%, which isn't that crazy. And with my new stores, I'm able to get a little bit higher conversion rate, well, quite a bit higher conversion rate, like 7%-ish. And the main differences that I do is, first of all, I don't use trust badges anymore. I don't use any checkout timers like that. And another thing is I like changing the typography on the theme. So I still like using the debut theme. So let me show you what I mean. I still like using the debut theme, but right now on the Flex Posture store, this is the default typography. So if we go to typography, it's the default ones, WorkSaws and WorkSaws. And so nothing wrong with these fonts, but pretty much everyone who uses debut theme doesn't even change the fonts. And debut theme is the default theme by Shopify. And so this is like a very generic looking theme. And so if you want to stand out, a great way to do it is just to change your fonts. And now, how do you pick fonts? What you can do is you can go to this website here. It's called fontpair.co. And this website helps you pair fonts together. So it helps you pair heading and body fonts. And so you can keep scrolling down until you find a combination that you think really fits your brand and the image that you're trying to give off, and then use that for your store. And it'll, it helps you stand out, like I said. And it really depends on what vibe you're going for with your store. So like this Carla and Carla one, I think looks nice. This looks cool too, kind of, but it would be for a very specific type of store, right? But you can really, stand out just with the typography, and these little details do make a big difference. That's really what creates your brand identity in the long run. And so that's a great tip. Use fontpair.co and just try to find a font pair that suits your brand and then change it. Don't just stick to the default typography. That's another thing that I do now. And so that's pretty much it for this, this run through of the Flex Posture store's design. As I said, it's a very simple looking store. It's easy to replicate. And that was my goal with this case study. So you don't need to go, you don't need crazy themes. You don't need fancy coding. You don't need custom anything. all you really need is, a simple, clean looking theme that does the job and that gets people to the checkout page. And so that's it for this quick lesson, and I'll see you guys in the next one.